Something about law school that's beyond my expectations, that is still something that I'm processing, is the curve in law school grade.
I got melanin. Oh yeah. I got melanin. You mad? We got melanin.
Hey y'all, long time no see. It's your girl Rose. I actually thought about recording this video yesterday, but then I started recording the video and then I didn't have time to finish because I started doing other stuff. And then by the time I got back to the camera, it wouldn't have been a good video, to say the least. But I'm here. Hey everybody, hey new subscribers, hey old subscribers, hey about to be subscribers right now. Make sure you subscribe to your girl. Yes, so on May the 10th, and today's the 15th, on May the 10th, I finished my last final for my first year of law school. Yay! Whew, y'all. Having 5 finals was a lot over 2 weeks. And so that Friday, I was just dog tired. And then we had the Black graduate ceremony, which was super awesome. And that made me super tired. I didn't get home till super late after cleaning up and all that jazz. So I was just tired. So there wasn't anything I can film then. And then I slept all that Saturday, y'all, because when you're in law school, after your last final, all you want to do is sleep because you have not slept. You haven't had a regular sleep cycle. So when you're done, you're like, amen, I need to sleep. So I'm a non-traditional law student in the sense that I had a career, I left my career and came to law school, which means on the scale of age, I wasn't the oldest in my class, but I was one of the older people in my class. Majority of my class graduated undergrad 2017 and 2018, and then they came directly to law school. So, and I'm 28. So, if that helps. So, yes, my first year of law school, I feel like I've gotten this question a lot. Was it what I expected? Expectations. Was it what you expected? And I can honestly say no. Okay? It wasn't not what I expected, like in a bad way, but it was so much more than I could have anticipated or could have expected. I expected to work hard. I expected to have a bit of a learning curve because law school is confusing. Yeah, and even those minor things that I expected could not even encompass what law school really is. And so it was way more than what I expected in workload. It's a lot of work, a lot of reading, a lot of briefing, a lot of writing, a lot of going to office hours to get questions, a lot of study group time, a lot of practice problems. It was a lot. From first semester to second semester, I did a better job of managing my stress and being honest with my stress, and then taking time to just pause and rest and not just working in a frenzy thinking I need to stay up all night. I know some people did that. That was not helpful for me. Now, there were times where I had to grind pretty late in the morning or pretty early in the morning because it's just what it was. But I couldn't be a student. I wasn't my best self if I only studied all night and didn't get adequate sleep to perform and to process information the next day. I will also say your professors are going to be some of the most impactful people. One, yes, they're giving you material, but even just on the personal note of like talking to my professors, getting to know them, processing through hard things and information with them. We got some good professors at the University of Memphis, I'll say that. And so don't take your professors for granted. They are there to help you, and they want to help you, and they're experts at what they're talking about. Like, these people are brilliant. They know the law. They know how to teach you the law, and you would be foolish not to go to them to get help with learning the law. I don't think I had a realistic expectation of what the workload would be. And honestly, I don't think you can even form a realistic expectation of what the workload will be until you're in law school. The social aspect of law school was pretty much what I expected. I was expected to make some friends. I expected to make some acquaintances. Did that. And so, I mean, yeah. Big thing and 1L that I felt like was good for me was networking. As y'all know, the beginning of the year, I was at a lot of events, any scholarship opportunities, volunteer events, any kind of big thing where I can be in the room with attorneys and judges. Something about law school that's beyond my expectations, that is still something that I'm processing, is the curve in law school grades. So law school grades are not like any other grading metric that you've ever been on, at least for me. And I have a bachelor's and a master's degree and went through all the high school and all the middle school and all the elementary school and even pre-K. I went to pre-K, y'all. And the grading formula in law school is just not like anything I've ever experienced. So for those who don't know, in law school, you are graded on a curve against your peers in your section. So depending on how big your law school class is or what your law school does, they divide you into sections, and then you're graded on a curve with that section, and then they put you all back together to rank you at the end. Anyway, so how the law school curve works is that there's only a certain amount of people that can get A's. There's only a certain amount of people that can get B's, C's, D's, and F's. Hopefully nobody, yeah, I don't know. That's not my business. Anyway, there's only a certain amount of people that can get A's. And so with law school, and people tell you this all the time, like, don't freak out if you're not the person to get the A. You could be one of the top 10 performers on your exam and get a B. You know, you could be one of the top 5 performers on your exam and get a B. It just depends on how many A's that professor either decides to get or is allowed to get. I don't really know how it all works. I just know that there is a curve, and essentially there's a cap to how many A's you can have, how many B's you can have, and how many C's you can have. And so grind out, do those practice problems, try your best, stay in the game, okay? Stay in the game. You can do it. I didn't join a study group right away. I wanted to kind of see where I was at, how was I processing information, and I was just getting to know my peers. And so from being in a section, you will kind of gravitate towards certain people. You might end up spending more school time with certain people, and that's kind of how my study group developed. Study groups can go either way. You just have to do what's best for you. If it's the week of finals and we're supposed to be doing practice problems, practice essays, we're supposed to be bouncing analysis off of each other, that is not the time necessarily to try to teach the whole semester. And so you want to be mindful, and you want to encourage others to be mindful of where they're at when you decide to be a part of a study group. You also want to be mindful of where you're at in the study group. There were some times where I just decided to work by myself, and I just text my study group and I'm like, hey, I need to really do some practice problems by myself just to make sure I got it enough, because when I sit down for that final, you're not going to be talking through analysis with me. I'm not going to be talking through analysis with you. I'm going to be on this final by myself. And so there were times where I made sure that it was just me going through analysis, processing through material, so that I felt comfortable when I sat down for the test. Now, I will say, a benefit of a study group, which many of my professors had mentioned, is talking through the analysis, because there might be something your analysis is missing that your peer understands or has explained perfectly. And I would say, for example, one of my friends, D, like, she's a Civ Pro guru, hands down. She's amazing at Civ Pro. And so when I struggle with Civ Pro, I'm talking to D, she helping me, we're talking through it, she's questioning me, making sure that I understand what I should be communicating on the essay. I've enjoyed getting involved with various on-campus organizations, the Black Law Student Association, the Association for Women Attorneys, the Public Action Law Society. These are organizations that I've found very beneficial for me, but also speak to who I am and my character and what I'm about. And so I would say, like, don't feel like you have to be involved with everything. Be involved with things that are important to you, or avenues that will support you on your path, your legal journey. Do what you can do. So second year, I'm going to be the vice president of the Black Law Student Association. I'm also the professional liaison for the Association for Women Attorneys. And I'm on the honor council as a student justice. Now, I hope to be on the law review, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be competing in the law review competition. I actually started it. Okay, so I have one more tip that I forgot to add. When you're in law school, stress can be overwhelming. This idea of competition in law school can be overwhelming, but you don't want to let anything change your character. If you're somebody who is concerned with people, then be somebody who asks how people are doing. If you're somebody who is kind, be kind. Like, don't let this pressure of being in this program change who you are, and don't let it try to make you someone you're not. This could be because I'm 28 and I'm confident in who the Lord has made me, and you know, all of those good things, but I just felt like I could see so many of my peers struggling with identity, or trying to be somebody they weren't, or not trying to be kind, you know, or just not being kind, or not being respectful. Just things, I feel like there are just basic things that you should just automatically do. And if you're entering law school, remember that law school is a professional field. Remember that when you sit down to take the bar, you're going to need character. You're going to need recommendations from your law school professors. Be someone they want to write a recommendation for. You're going to have to pass a character and fitness test. Don't have poor character. You know, just think about those things and think about who you are portraying yourself to be and who you really are in law school. And if you're somebody who's young and you're still developing, choose law school to be a nice person, to be a good person, to be an encouraging person, to be someone who can be looked up to. Like, choose going into this field to be that. But I will say this, you're going to meet people in law school who are not kind. You're going to meet people in law school who are not respectful. You're going to meet people in law school who are completely self-seeking, and they look to tear people down, and they will do that at any cost. And they'll try to come and talk to you about people. Don't listen to them. That's just not how I get down. I'm not going to let you dog somebody I barely know in front of me, and I'm not going to be a part of that. And so I will say, like, let your character speak for itself. Let your character go before you in consistency. So I know law school is hard, but if you only do schoolwork and you don't ever have any time to relax, or any time to de-stress, or just any time to spend with the people who are important in your life, then you have become a slave to law school. And I don't know how healthy that is. And honestly, I don't know if that would benefit you in your grades at all, because you'll be down. You know, it's just too many things to come with that. So of course, law school is your high priority. It is a high priority, but keep law school in its place. It's not God. It's not the end all be all. It's a piece of you. And so you want to be mindful that you're making time to hang out or sleep or watch Netflix or whatever, with the majority of your time being spent doing law school stuff. I will say that. So this is not me saying kick it, don't do your work, none of that, because that will get you put out of law school. But I will say you want to have a balance. Spend your summer relaxing. Spend your summer maybe doing some leisure reading, traveling, because once law school starts, it's on. It's on. So like, don't feel like you don't be reading law school books in the summer, because it might not even be the book your law school professor is using, and it might not even be helpful. But thank you for being subscribed to my channel. We're almost at 500 subscribers. Make sure you like, make sure you thumbs up, make sure you subscribe, make sure you share this with your friends, and let's keep growing. Let's keep walking this law school journey out. And until next time, it's your girl Rose. Peace.
I got melanin. Oh yeah. I got melanin.